my counselor interview. So this interview was to get a big picture perspective from a school counselor about their job, and what it looks like from a macro perspective and from a more personal perspective. So this is the information about the school counselor I interviewed. I interviewed Eva Jerks. She's a school counselor for Topeka Public Schools. And this interview was through text message, because of lack of time. I feel that it would have been much better if I had been able to do it in person. That way I could ask follow-up questions and get more details. But due to time constraints, we had this conversation through text message. I worked with her last year at my school, and she works at a different school now within Topeka Public Schools, but I've still kept in touch with her. So she's been working as a school counselor for 4 years, and she used to be a German teacher, and she saw the need for mental health and community resources. She wanted to make a difference in students' lives, and she wanted to do more for these students, like connect them with community resources. She says her school counseling program is comprehensive, and there's a big focus on social and emotional needs. And the 4 most important school counseling activities in her work are individual counseling, group counseling, attendance, and general education interventions. So this is the general education interventions is the first step to help students qualify for special education, and it involves progress monitoring. And I've been a part of this as a classroom teacher myself. Other areas or other places call it student intervention team, but it's basically the same thing. So these 4 activities are the most important in her work. I didn't realize that attendance was such an important part of a school counselor's job, and I was already aware of their role in general education intervention. They help lead that process to start helping students who need more academic or behavioral support. So the use of data and evaluation, as we've discussed this week, they use data to develop their counseling program, develop and plan it. And specific things they look at are ACE scores, attendance and test scores. ACE scores are adverse childhood experiences scores. When she said this, I didn't realize that school counselors would use that as a data gathering tool for students. So I thought that was interesting. And of course, they use this data to help plan lessons and group counseling topics. She is evaluated by her admin through formal and informal observations, as well as performance rating scales. As far as collaboration, she collaborates every day with parents, admin, and teachers through email, calls, meetings, and even home visits at times, especially with students. And in her role as a consultant, she tries to listen first, then link people to the appropriate resources, and she helps stakeholders use their data to make decisions that they will be making as a team. And some resources she recommended for counseling training like me was to join national state organizations just for partnership purposes and networking opportunities, and to attend conferences, and just be in general on the lookout for professional development opportunities and seeking out information. Um, and so so mental health concerns that she is seeing are depression and suicide. So she tries to link students and families to community-based programs like Family Service and Guidance Center. Um, I was not surprised when she said the mental health concerns that she's seeing the most are depression and suicide, especially now that she moved to a middle school versus an elementary school. And I know middle school can be a hard transition for students. Um, and after this interview, I think I got a better big picture perspective of what the role of a school counselor is, directly from a school counselor. Um, of course, this was over text, so I didn't get a chance to um, fully get follow up questions, or have an actual conversation back and forth. Um, but I did make plans with her to meet again, and then I can pick her brain, so to speak, because she is aware that I'm in this school counseling program even before I asked for this interview. Um, so I think it will be interesting to hear more specifically about her work as a school counselor. And maybe, I don't know, might be my informal mentor as I navigate the school counselor role.